You see a Curse Catcha. You see a Mutavault and a couple islands there. Force of Will in Ben's graveyard. Deathrite Shaman in play for Braun-Duin. Let's see how it's going to break, my friend, as this is what, I want to see if Ben is right about this. He said that each game I'm on the play, I feel like I can win. Games from the draw, I can't. So far, that's been the result. Ben has been on the play this game, as you see a Wasteland here from Braun-Duin into a Stoneforge Mystic. So let's see who is correct here, as you see Ben's hand of land right now. Wow. It does not look like he has very much at all.
Yeah, it doesn't have much action. It does have a Wasteland to deal with the Scrubland, which will allow him to hope that Brian bricks, but again, he's got to deal with the Deathrite Shaman in play.
He has to deal with the Deathrite and that Scrubland and hope that Brian bricks, so that that Batterskull that he's just searched up there with the Stoneforge Mystic can't come into play, because we know that Merfolk decks, they cannot beat a Batterskull once it's in play. As Ben is going to look at his hand here. You see the Mutavault there at the ready for Ben. You see a Brainstorm in Braun-Duin's hand.
So yeah, pretty good follow-up hand. He's got a Brainstorm, Batterskull, a Polluted Delta, and one other card that can't make it out.
Ben,
looks like a Deathrite Shaman.
Ben draws a card there, and I think that was a Dismember?
Looks like it could be.
Or is that a Spell Pierce? That, boy, I can't make that out. That looks like a Dismember to me.
Yeah.
As we are going to see him activate a Mutavault. Green light's on. Here comes Ben. He's going to take care of that Mutavault. Oh, Sip, I'm pretty sure that's a Dismember.
I think it might be, yeah. So, are we going to get a Dismember here, then a Wasteland, your Scrubland?
So we see the Master coming across. We see the Curse Catcher coming across. You see Braun-Duin considering, should I double block here maybe?
Wow, that would be really huge if we got to attempt double block here.
And a double block would be an absolute disaster as well. I mean, for multiple reasons. I think the Ben would be happy just trading the Master for the Stoneforge, but the Dismember makes this an absolute disaster. Yeah. And now you see Ben take a look at his hand. It looks like we made so we're gonna let the damage happen here.
Yep, that is Dismember.
yeah, that's a Dismember. He did not have that when this turn started. Braun-Duin at 7.
7 life, so he's going to be losing another.
Ben, Dismember. Yeah, I'm going to point at that. And now, are we going to see the Wasteland too? Or is he just going to go with an island? We're going to see a Wasteland, and he's going to activate that. He's going to take care of, which one? The Scrubland? He's going to take care of the Scrubland. Unbelievable draw step from Lundquist.
Well, Brian's definitely not on it. He's got a Brainstorm. He's got another land. It looks like he's got another Deathrite Shaman in his hand.
We see Deathrite going to remove a land here. It's going to remove a Wasteland, and Braun-Duin's going to cast that Brainstorm on the end step.
Does he want to sack the Curse Catcher to counter it? That's the question.
Oof. All right, Ben knows he has an island in his hand. He doesn't know Brian's hand.
Yeah, he can't afford
I can't imagine he does. I mean,
he doesn't have any other gas.
It's a 2/2 Curse Catcher that does have Island Walk, as we're going to see Brian draw 3 cards here with Brainstorm.
One was a Supreme Verdict.
One's a Supreme Verdict. A long way away from that.
Well, he has 1 land. He's got a second copy of Deathrite Shaman in his hand. So if he wants to, he can just go land, ponder, Deathrite Shaman, set up next turn. Nobody wants to cast Supreme Verdict and lose 2 of your Deathrite Shamans, but he might have to, so.
If it's the difference between winning and losing a match, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
As we are going to see Brian put those 2 cards back with Brainstorm. You're going to see an untap, you're going to see an upkeep, and a draw. That is a Deathrite Shaman. You see Polluted Delta as a sacrifice away.
Yep.
The cards that are on top from the Brainstorm, as well as add to his graveyard. But there are plenty of lands in the graveyard right now. A Mutavault on Ben's side. You see a Scrubland and a Wasteland on Brian's side.
I still like Brian's position here. He's only at 7 life. He's going to be taking 4 next turn.
He goes down to 6 from the Delta.
He goes down to 6. He's going to be taking 4. Ben doesn't have any other gas, and Brian does have a Supreme Verdict and a way to cast it. He also has a Ponder, and he's shuffling away some of the chafe that he left on top of his deck with the Brainstorm. So, really, Brian still has a chance to pull this game out, for sure.
And I think, if we're looking for potential draws for Lundquist, because it doesn't look like these are immediately going to get the job done, but it does depend again as well, Osip, because if he does draw, let's say, a Lord of Atlantis, Island walks over for the win, those guys become 3/3s, that's going to be it. Ben has a lot of outs here. Another out that's not as good as those Lords right away is a Mutavault post-draft that finishes it off.
Ben definitely has a lot of outs, but I think if Brian's only play here is play the Deathrite Shaman, hope Ben bricks, and then cast my Supreme Verdict.
Swords to Plowshares. That changes a few things here. As Swords to Plowshares does allow Brian, he can remove a land with that active Deathrite Shaman after he casts the one That's, you know, he casts the one off of the sea. He activates that Deathrite Shaman, removes a land source, a plowshare or something, maybe in combat, maybe outside of combat. Yes, Ben can curse catcher it, but how good is that?
Yeah, the plowshare here is great because he's still probably going to play a Deathrite Shaman. Oh no, looks like he's just gonna. Is he just gonna go for the plow here?
He's gonna plow right away.
Okay, wow. Okay.
So that this can't be curse catchered, cannot be dazed, all that good stuff. So he's gonna plow that Master of the Pearl Trident right away here. Also makes that curse catcher a lot worse, but he may have been able to catch that. He may have been able to catch that curse catcher in combat, as you are gonna see him cast a Deathrite Shaman and pass the turn back to Ben.
Yeah, so that plow was huge, a huge draw there for Brian.
As Ben draws
and
a Lord of Atlantis.
So it looks like he's still going to be forced to cast Supreme Verdict next turn.
So Ben draws a Lord of Atlantis in for 2, knocking Brian down to 4.
Brian might have another turn. He could probably activate a Deathrite Shaman to get a green, then remove a creature to gain 2 life if he wants to wait another turn for it.
And Brian draws a fetch land here. And now Brian is going to go into the tank.
Yeah. Does he want to just cash in Supreme Verdict here and then follow it up with the Deathrite Shaman, or does he think he can wait a turn?
He's going to remove a Wasteland.
And it looks like he's going to,
He's going to remove a scrub land.
Round 1. Ascension players, time is up.
Now he's going to tap both of his mana, and it looks like we are going to see a Supreme Verdict.
Yep.
Curse Catcher cannot counter that. So, all of the permanents go away. One important thing here for if you're rooting for Lundquist, as you do see a flooded strand here from Braun-Duin, is that Braun-Duin's a little bit farther away from actually hard casting that Batter Skull now.
Yeah.
You're going to see a Tropical Island.
I'm not sure. Does he still have it in his hand, or did he shuffle it away?
I would be a little surprised if he shuffled that away to Brainstorm. I guess we'll have to get a good look at his hand. Take a look at his deck list. I want to see if he maybe has a second one in his sideboard, because we saw it when he was shuffling.
Yeah, no, he got rid of it. He has no cards in his hand. He has Desert Shaman. Went for a Tropical Island, which is huge there because it allowed him to start gaining life.
All right, Lundquist.
But then Lundquist top decked another
Mirror
Lord.
Regery.
Oh, wow.
Vindicate off the top for Braun-Duin.
We're off the
Kill
top here,
that.
ladies and
Here we
gentlemen.
go. All right, in for 1. Let's do it. This is how Magic was meant to be played.
We are
Let's
off
do
the
this.
top of the deck.
Here comes Benny.
There he is.
All right,
Okay.
Lord of Atlantis.
Anything you can do.
I can do better. What is
Wow,
that?
Snapcaster.
Was that seriously Snapcaster
Yeah, it was
Mage?
a Snapcaster Mage. So, this is going to be interesting. I don't think he has to pull the trigger just yet.
All right, Snapcaster
Does he
Mage.
want to get a Brainstorm? Does he want the plow?
It's
Yep,
a plow.
so he's just going to go for the plow.
Clear that out of the way. All right,
Attack
here comes that
again.
Shaman.
Is Ben going to top deck, or is he going to break this turn? Let's see.
Here we go. Draw step from Lundquist.
Oh, no, not
Uh-oh.
nearly as
He
quickly.
slowed down. He slowed down. All right, Aether Vial.
All right, so
Pass the
Aether
turn
Vial.
back. Braun-Duin, what does he draw?
Oh, wow,
That's a blue
Brainstorm.
card.
Jeez.
Jeez.
These are some really good draws from Brian.
Dark Confidant Plains and a Polluted Delta.
Wow.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Unbelievable. So, yep, we're going to get 2 lands on top, and a Dark Confidant is going to come down, possibly.
Yep. As Braun-Duin knows that the Dark Confidant's not going to kill him. He's going to draw land. So, and Deathrite Shaman can actually protect himself from losing to his own card. So now Lundquist takes that Aether Vial up. He draws a Silvergill Adept. Passes the turn back. Adept, not great right now, but can catch him up a little bit later. Bob will reveal that Plains. Polluted Delta will be the other draw. Cards he put back with Brainstorm. Here's your Delta. Or excuse me, here's your Plains, excuse me. Here comes the Bob and the Snapcaster Mage.
So Deathrite Shaman is going to have to start gaining life here to make sure he doesn't lose to Deathrite Shaman.
We see an Aether Vial here drawn for Lundquist.
Wow, so yeah, not much action for Ben, whereas Brian had some very, very good draws.
Vials in, Silvergill Adept. Draw a card. Wasteland.
Wow, Wasteland. So that's actually a pretty good draw because he could deal with the Tropical Island. So Brian's not going to be able to gain that much life going forward.
So you're going to see him remove that.
And there it is.
Ben's going to tag that right now, so he's going to go up to 5.
So Ben's still in it. Top deck Lord. Perhaps some fortunate hits with Dark Confidant. And 2. Dropping to 3.
Let me take a look at the green
Brian
sources.
just has 2 lands, and he only has 1 Tropical Island, I believe, left in his deck.
He has 1 Tropical Island, which was blown up. I'm looking for maybe a Bayou or something. Any other green? None?
No. So he has other Deathrite Shamans, but 2 are already in his graveyard. So Brian at 3, he's got 2 lands in his hand, along with another Dark Confidant, which he probably just can't cast here.
So the problem now is that I don't think Braun-Duin can gain any more life.
He can't gain life, but again, he's going to be attacking with that Snapcaster Mage, and Ben probably doesn't want to attack and trade his Silver Girl with the Dark Confidant.
So, okay, so here's the issue here. For Braun-Duin knows that he can't get any more life, and likely Lundquist knows that as well, okay? Any Lord here,
Yeah.
he's able to Island Walk over for the W, right?
Yes.
So if you're Braun-Duin, oh, wow, he trades. A little surprise there. Maybe Ben wants to extend the game, and maybe Braun-Duin kills himself with his own Dark Confidant.
Yeah, this might be the position where Ben just wants, he's going to try to win with the Dark Confidant.
Lundquist draws a card, Wasteland.
I kind of like getting rid of the...
You can't get rid of both black sources.
You can get rid of the Tundra. Yeah, I think Ben has to block there, because if he goes down to 6, he's almost dead. You know.
Sure, you get a Deathrite activation.
He's not going to hope to just top deck a Lord there, so he gives himself another turn. Hopefully, if he gets a little fortunate with Dark Confidant, he could just win the game outright right here.
All right, Braun-Duin puts Lundquist down to 6. What is
Wow.
that top card?
What is it?
It is a Stoneforge Mystic.
Oh wow! So wait a second. Does he? Oh, that's a Batter Skull. You know what's unfortunate? It brought him down to 1. He can't search for Ajite, cast it, and equip because his last land is a Polluted Delta.
So, okay, now take a look at the situation here. Braun-Duin attacks with Dark Confidant, puts Lundquist down to 4. Activate Deathrite Shaman, puts you down to 2. Untap on my upkeep with Bob Trigger on the stack, puts you down to 0.
Does he have so basically it looks like
Does Lundquist have outs in this situation?
Lundquist does have outs. He can, if he has Pied Needle as an out, he has a second Wasteland as out to deal with the double black sources.
Okay.
And I think that might be it. Yeah, not much more. He's got a. Yeah, I think that might be it.
So here comes Braun-Duin. Lundquist targets.
Oh wow! So
Lundquist
Lundquist targets the Tundra.
So now he goes.
So
down
now
to
Wasteland
4.
is no longer an out.
Here comes the Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, so Ben may have. Looks like he cut off his own side. This Braun-Duin looks at his top card to see what he was going to reveal. You seen him as GT.
Yeah, so he definitely interesting, strange play there. He cut off his own outs. Maybe he wasn't aware of the activate on my upkeep.
Sure.
Yeah, because Ben is at 4.
Yeah. If our life totals are correct, he is at 4, and our life totals are correct here. So you do see Braun-Duin search for an Umezawa's Jite.
So unless Benjamin's able to find an answer to that Deathrite Shaman,
Polluted Delta with Brian at 1.
So Brian just needs to activate the Deathrite Shaman at the end of Ben's turn, and then activate it again in his upkeep with the Dark Confidant on the stack.
Ben draws a Daze.
That's not going to do it.
And I think he needs to hope that Brian makes a mistake. That's his hope. Crossing his fingers, as you're going to see an activation here. Going to put Ben down to 2.
Let's see if Brian misses the trigger.
On the upkeep.
Wow. Oh, there we go.
Does
He
not
doesn't.
remove this. Try to kill you, and that is it. Brian, and
So
you can
Ben,
see it in his face.
He would have lost the Inquisition of Kozlak. Wow.
Brian Braun-Duin does win 3 games to 2. Finally breaks serve.
Wow.
As that was the game he was on the draw, defeating Benjamin Lundquist and his Merfolk deck. He's moving on. He'll be playing Jerry Thompson. These players have already played once this tournament.
What an exciting game.
Awesome.
Yeah. That was a lot of haymakers. Brian had 3 really good draw steps after that Supreme Verdict, whereas Ben sort of bricked after the first 2. So, unfortunate for